Yes. Beautiful people. How are we doing? We good? Yeah. About 6 people are good. This is cool, isn't it? The Late Show. How cool is this? The Late Show, man. I love it. I hate late people, though. I hate late people. I'm an early person, so I hate late people. But for some reason, always date late people. I don't know why. Some sort of cosmic balance. Early people and late people end up together. I don't know why. I was dating this lady. I said to her, I booked the restaurant for 7 o'clock tomorrow. I'll see you there. She said, oh, look, thank you so much for booking. You know me. I'll be 15 minutes late. I was like, well, don't. The prophecy doesn't have to come true. But that's it. I'm just jealous because I'm an early person, right? So I'm there at 7 p.m. at the restaurant, reading the menu for the 8th time, looking at the door like I'm her fan. Do you think she'll arrive? I wish I was a late person. Oh, you late people, so cool. Late people are so cool, aren't they? Oh my God, am I late? Am I late? Oh my God, I had no idea. I had no idea. I'm so sorry. I guess I was just living in the moment. That's my issue. You can't shackle me to time. Ugh, hate it so much. There's a schedule everyone adheres to. Do it. The universe hasn't picked our train. Southern Rail have. We need to leave. Thank you for coming, late people. Appreciate you. Appreciate you coming out in London. Love London. I grew up here, so it's great. I've seen it change a lot of London. It's been gentrified. If you don't know what gentrification is, it's when the posh people move in. And look, gentrification gets a bad rap, but there are some positives to it, all right? London is a lot safer now than it used to be. Oh my God. I knew London was getting safe a couple of years ago when my white female friend said to me, oh my God, you must join me for brunch in Peckham. Peckham. When I was growing up, you wouldn't go for brunch in Peckham. There was no avocado in the whole of South London. And these places, when I was growing up, they used to be so dodgy. Peckham, Brixton, Hackney. Now all the honkies want to live there. It's crazy. Hackney used to have Murder Mile, right? It was a stretch of road. It wasn't its official title, but it's Murder Mile because it was so dangerous. And you'd have rappers on their songs be like, if I see you on Murder Mile, fam, you're dead. You get me? If I see you on Murder Mile, fam, you are dead. Now everyone's like, oh my God, I love Murder Mile. Oh, I cycle down it every week. There's wonderful vegan gales at the end. You simply must come, you know. Just off Knife Alley. It's fabulous. Look, when I was growing up, I didn't grow up in a rough part of London, but when I was growing up, if I was going to school and you leave your house, you just have a screw face on. That's what you did, right? If you don't know what a screw face is, it's like a scowl. You think, if I'm scowling, no one's going to mess with me, even though I'm also an 11-year-old in a blazer. So now it's quite cool, London, because I can go down to Peckham completely screw faceless. I can go to the trendy brunch place, have some stupid brunch. Problem is, guys, I'm sitting there trying to enjoy the brunch, and now, because of gentrification, I'm having to sit next to a Hugo, or a Barnaby, or a Farquaad, or whatever this guy's name is. And he's sitting there with his boys going, oh my God, lads, last night was bloody rogue, wasn't it? Fucking legendary night from the boys once again. We were fucking going mental last night. Fair play to Cece. She actually had quite good chat for a girl. I was surprised. Fair play, let's just get on it, because we're good lads, we're fucking owning this, we're good lads, we'll do it, we'll go get more drinks, it's going to be amazing. Let's do it, you know? I'm just sitting there like, oh my God, would I rather be stabbed? Was it that bad? I think that's what gentrification is for me. It's going from thinking I might get stabbed to wanting to stab the people around me. Because, hey, I've got nothing against posh people. I'm quite posh myself. But my problem with gentrification is posh people come in, drive the working-class people out. It doesn't happen. They don't mix. It's a shame. Because the mugger, he can't turn up to the trendy brunch place. These private school kids, they got fearlessness about them, man. He won't care. He'll be looking at the mugger being like, oh my God, lads, an actual road man? Oh my God. These guys are hilarious. Like, I've seen them on TikTok and stuff. They're so funny. Oh my God, he's coming over. Oh my God, I'm getting stabbed. This is such banter. Percy, you filming? Fucking hell. He doesn't give a shit. He's got private healthcare. Gets stitched up next day. Crime's changed in London. Crime has changed, man. Moped gangs never used to be a thing. People drive past, take your phone out of your hand. That never used to be a thing. Losing valuables wasn't contactless. No, for me, a mugging was a conversation. You knew your mugger. It was like your friend's cousin. You'd be walking down the road, coming back from school, screw face, blazer, looking good, right? And you'd see them, and you just hope they didn't see you. And then if they saw you, it wasn't like violent or anything like that. They would mug you with a question. They'd be like, "Hey, boss! Yo! Can I hold your phone?" What? That's not a way to start a conversation. What? Who's mugging me? Darren Brown. What is this mind trick? "Hey, bruv, let me hold your phone. Can I hold it for a minute?" I'm like, "Oh, no, sorry." It's like, "Bruv, come on, I just want to check the time." He's got a watch here. "I just want to check the time, bruv. Come on." "Oh, you think I'm going to jack your phone?" He thinks I'm going to jack his phone. This guy thinks I'm going to jack his phone. That's funny. I know why you won't give me your phone. It's because you're racist. I just gave him the phone. I didn't even bring up that he was white. But my question is, what happens to these guys? Like, so confident, 16 years old, mugging people in pure daylight, no knives, just questions. What a debater. Why don't these people lead us, man? Why aren't they in charge? For 2 years, we had a guy who would come on the TV, go, and we'd all be like, "Cheers, man, thanks." He's the leader of our country. Look, hey, I didn't vote for Brexit. I didn't want it to happen. And I still don't want it to happen. You know it's not even finished. You know Brexit's actually not completely finished yet. I mean, that is absolutely mad. Like, if we had a roadman in charge, it'd have been done like that. He would have just bopped into Brussels like, "Yo, boss! Hey, let me hold the customs union for a minute, innit? I just want to see the singles market, you know what I mean, bro? Hey, give me your cheese, man. Are you racist, bro?" Like, can't argue with that. I know it can be tricky sometimes when a white person's talking about race on stage, but the thing is, I identify as ginger. It's strange. You know what I mean? Like, look, I'm not gonna say ginger is not a race, but also white people hate us. So like, we don't have representation. We used to have a prince. He's gone. You know? People come up to me, they're like, have you, I bet you've read Prince Harry's book. I'm like, "No, I haven't read that book. I don't want to read a book about a millionaire who loses money. That's not a motivational book. You know what I mean? This is the story of how I was born with everything and still have some things." Don't have him. All we got is a guy playing guitar in his pajamas. That's us. God, don't have a movement. Ginger people don't have a movement. Don't have ginger lives matter. White people couldn't even say that without laughing, you know what I mean? Ginger lives matter. It's just not true, you know what I mean? They tried to have pride in it, you know, one time. In Netherlands, you can check this out. This really happened. In the Netherlands, you can check this out. They once had a ginger pride march. It's the only march ever called off because of good weather. Didn't stop me getting out there. You got to get out there. You got to date. You know. I think dating's hard. I think the hardest group for people who are dating, the people who I feel like find it hardest are women who are attracted to men. I think that's a tough group. Because I see on the apps, I think it's hard out there. You know what I mean? My female friends, they're telling me about the apps. Apparently there are two types of guy on there. There's the first type who, bless him, but he is so dull. And he's just there every day going, "How was your day? Was it good? Mum was all right. Ha ha. You know what Tuesdays are like. Just watching Netflix now. Lol." But then you've got the other type who opens with, "I want to finger you in a lift." And you're like, "Okay, come on. Let's have the first guy back. It's just 0 to lift with these dudes." Funny, men can be like that. You know, gender's becoming more fluid, but I think sometimes there's differences on the spectrum, you know, still. Like, sometimes it is different if it's coming from a man or coming from a woman. Like, I was dating this lady, it was around the time of my birthday, and she sent me this message. She said, "Looking forward to seeing you later. I'll be your birthday present. Ooh, that's sexy, isn't it? Oh, so excited. What's she going to do? What's she going to wear? But I feel like if I sent that message to her, it would have been received very differently. She'd have been there with her mate like, I'm going to read out what he's just said. Honestly, I'm not even making this up. Looking forward to seeing you later. I'll be your birthday present. So he hasn't got anything, has he? He's not put any effort into that. What's for Christmas? I've got to give him a blowjob, have I? He's going to wrap a bow around it. But for me, it's a lovely gift. You got to get out there, you got a date. You got a date because you want to get married. That's what they tell you. You get married, that's happily ever after getting married. I'm not so sure. My parents, they've been together, married for 30 years. I don't know why. They hate each other. You know that thing of like, oh my God, my worst nightmare would be to walk in on my parents having sex. I've never walked in on mine in the same room. It's a tough time in their marriage when they're watching the same TV program in different parts of the house. And that program is How to Get Away with Murder. I tried to ask my dad for advice, though. I tried to ask him for advice. I'm like, 30 years, mate, you must have some secrets. How do you make it work? He just does this really annoying thing where he goes, well, you know, son, it's not going to be easy, okay? You're not going to get on every day, all right? You're going to have a lot of arguments. You're going to have to give up a lot of things that you enjoy. And that's about it. What? That's just a list of cons. There's no bit at the end where he goes, but when you're holding the woman you love. No, he just talks about like a veteran from war. You'll understand when you've seen what I've seen. My mate, he had a virtual wedding to a real woman. It was we weren't just watching her download like, go, go, go. It was in the pandemic, right? And he was in the army about to get shipped out. And so he was allowed to have a wedding under extreme circumstances. So there were a couple people in the church, and we as close mates got to watch on YouTube, right? I commented, this is shit. It was great, honestly. Virtual wedding for the ceremony should stay. It's awesome, right? You've got your mate here having the happiest day of his life on one screen. You've got the Man United Burnley game on another screen. It's brilliant. But it's not all good, obviously. Virtual wedding meant virtual stag do. Ugh. Stag do on Zoom. Of course that was awful. No one's ever said, what was your favourite part of the stag do? For me, probably the quiz. Just awkward when the stripper lags. Gotta get out there. Gotta get out there, that's my point. I've retired from dating at the moment. I'm not dating anymore. I've got a girlfriend now. Got a girlfriend, which no one is enthused about. Fair enough. Oh, thank you. Two people appreciate it. Still, everyone's still looking back at me like, fuck off, mate. We're not here for love. We're here for jokes. That was a recent thing, but it's great. We're in love. It's fantastic. And it's awesome. I'm trying to be a good boyfriend. It's like my first proper relationship. I'm trying to be a good boyfriend. I'm trying to do stuff that she wants to do, that she likes. Like, she really loves animals, right? Because she's a white lady. And so we went to this cat cafe. You ever been to some people. You've been? Cat cafe, some white ladies in? Good. Cat cafe. Did you enjoy it? Yeah, you liked it? I was a bit underwhelmed by the cat cafe. I thought the cats would be making the stuff. I thought it was like a Catatouille situation. But no, it's just like a regular cafe, isn't it? Just with cats running around, yeah, because that's hygienic. I don't know what your one was like, but mine was quite stressful getting in. Like, to get in, there was like a double-door airlock system, yeah, like prison. Didn't really make me feel like the cats wanted to be there, you know what I mean? When you're walking up to the door trying to get in, a woman's there just, wait! The big button here, holding 3 back here. Go, go, go! I quite liked it. It was quite fun. You know, it was quite nice in the cat cafe. You know, the people who work at the cat cafe are exactly the type of people you think would work at a cat cafe. I didn't ask them, but huge Harry Potter fans, I know. But I genuinely, I enjoyed it. It's fun, you get to chill out in the cafe and cats run around. The thing that ruins the cat cafe is not the cats, it's not the cafe, it's the other people at the cat cafe, right? And that's not because they hate cats, it's because they fucking love cats. I don't know if you got this, like we got, when I went in, there was like a list of rules you had to adhere to in the cat cafe. I'm like, I know how to be in a cafe, mate. They're not for me, they're for Helen. First rule, don't pick up the cats. I'm not going to pick up a cat. Helen's there just shoving them in her bag. Get in. Oh my God, this one's called Cheeseburger. I'm going to die! Makes it very stressful. I've got friends my age still going out to nightclubs to try and pull women. Go to a cat cafe, honestly. Just say you got a cat at home. They'll jump in a van. They don't give a shit. And look, hey, I had fun. I had fun in my single times, right? I had lots of fun. I was offered a threesome, right? But it was during sex with one person. Which is less of a sort of kinky suggestion and more like feedback. Like, maybe let's get someone else involved to help out. Like, it's like you've been putting up a shelf at home, like your partner comes in, let's just get a man in. I can do it. Just give me a minute to try more things. No, we're putting up the shelf. That sort of kinky stuff doesn't seem as fun sometimes as it actually is. Like, I was dating this one lady, and she wanted to sext all the time, all day, sexting. I'm tired. I don't want to tell you what I do to you while I'm trying to watch Homes Under the Hammer with my mum. She just sent me a picture of her dildo. Unsolicited dildo pic. What am I supposed to do with that? I just sent some flames emojis. I was like, no! There's 2 bedding Dorsets going in front of the asking price. She didn't care. And of course it was bigger than my cock. Goes without saying. You gotta have your fun, man. I used to love dating older ladies. Love dating older women. I love dating older women because they can pay for stuff. Oh, they're old school. So do you know how many times I've had that argument? But you're the man, but you're a homeowner. You can get this. Biggest age gap I had? 18 years, right? I was 22, she was 40. And let me tell you, people, sleeping with someone in your 40s is very different to sleeping with someone in their 20s. Especially the early 20s. In your 20s, everyone's like, what do you want to do to me? What do you want to do to me? Because I still don't know exactly what I like. So you do stuff to me. In their 40s, they know. It's like, we're doing this position, I want to be asleep in 20 minutes to get the job done, okay? And don't wake the kids. So I was behind her because that's where she put me. The whole time from the front, I don't know if this is an American thing, but the whole time from the front, she just kept saying this one thing. She just kept going, beat that pussy. And that's how she said it as well, by the way. It wasn't like, would you man beat my pussy? It was like, beat that pussy, man. She just kept saying it well. It was like, beat that pussy, beat that pussy, beat that pussy. I tried. I tried to beat the pussy. At best, it was a draw. My favourite type of sex? Period sex. Oh, don't leave me here. Phoenix Arts Club. Period sex is beautiful. I love period sex. It's messy, like all great sex. You know, no one's ever said, oh, that was amazing. And the sheets are bone dry. I love period sex. I'm normally a brunette. People gagging in the front row, applause break at the back. My favourite thing about period sex... Yeah, I'm still talking about it. My favourite thing about period sex is there's a wonderful moment you get to have as the guy where you get to go, well, I'm fine with it. Yeah. If you're comfortable, I'm comfortable. I know there might be other guys out there who, I don't know, think it's gross or something, but not me. Yeah. I don't know. I guess I'm just one of the good ones. Even though she's looking back at you like, you would fuck a plug. Like... The craziest thing I did, I'll tell you this story and then I'll get out of here. But the craziest thing I did was I once went to a sex party, right? Thank you, one person who probably expecting an orgy after this, considering the decor. She's like, that's what we're here for. Well, I sort of went accidentally. I didn't mean... I'll explain. I bumped into a friend. Well, not really like a friend, someone I used to date. It's more like an enemy. I bumped into her randomly. And I was catching up with her. I was like, oh, what are you up to this weekend? Thinking she'd say the pub. And she was like, I'm going to a sex party, actually. You can come if you want to. I'll send you the link. I thought, a link? To a sex party? I thought it'd be like some Squid Game shit, like tap on the tube or something like that. You have to play something. A link? What is this? Sex party on Eventbrite? I'm just turning up there with my Groupon QR code, like... Yeah, and I want the complimentary lube as well, please. There's 6 of us, 6. Sex party was just there for me if I wanted it. When I was a teenage boy, I was telling all the other boys on the playground, I have a sex party every night. I had a sex party between geography and history. I must, you know. But now I was actually confronted with my first ever sex party. I was very nervous. I was apprehensive for a couple of reasons. One, I don't think I'm particularly interesting in bed, right? Everyone's got their kinks now, you know. Everyone's like, what's your thing, Ali? Sex, mainly. That's... Yeah. My friend, he was showing me his app, right, and he'd matched a guy who his thing was he wanted to be wrapped in cling film and slapped. Now, I don't want to kink shame anyone, right? But how do you work that out? Like, what is he doing? Making a sandwich for lunch one day, wraps it in cling film, gives it a little pat, he's coming, he's like, oh my God, this is it! Tries it with tinfoil the next day, nothing, must be cling film. So that was the first reason. Second reason why I was apprehensive about going to sex party is because my penis is fine. It's fine, yeah. No one's ever seen it and gone, whoa, it's just fine. And that's fine, isn't it? But of course the big swinging dicks would go to the sex party. Why wouldn't you? The big swinging dicks, everyone grab on, let's go together, you know? But I thought, fuck it, let's go. Why not? You only live once, let's do it, right? So I clicked on the link, went to the page, I got tickets, and the theme of the sex party had a theme. The theme was sin. And it said, we want you to be your most authentic selves. That means no t-shirts, no jeans. I thought, that is my authentic self. You know? I've never been walking down the street and be like, oh, I could really relax if I was in hot pants and a harness. You know what I mean? So I had to go get an outfit for this sex party, right? Because I was worried about not getting let in, right? I didn't want to get bounced from the sex party. What do you do after you get bounced from a sex party? Go to Wetherspoons in your gimp mask. Yeah, I'll have a doom bar, please, mate. Cheers. So I only had a day or so. So I went to the sex shops in Soho, just around the corner from here, right? And I went in. I was super nervous, right? And I was like, "Fuck it, I'll just go talk to the guy here." So I went up to him. I was like, "Excuse me, mate. I'm going to my first sex party tonight, and the theme is sin. Do you have anything that might be considered sinful?" And he was lovely. He was so nice. He was like, "Oh my God, that's amazing. Live your best life. I wish I was coming." I was like, "I'll send you the link, man." He went, "So we'll start over here, right? This is where you might want to start. So we've got bondage string." I thought, I'll get the bondage string because that could be used at a later date, right? To like tie up a roast ham or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's always good to have some string. So that was for me, but it was sort of also for the house. And then he went, "We've got collars." I thought, I'll get a collar, because that's hardcore. They won't reject me if I have a collar. I got the cheapest collar they had. 45 quid! I didn't realise how expensive all this stuff was. I should have gone Pets at Home. That would have been the real sin. "What's your name?" "Lucky." Oh my God. So expensive with stuff. You ever looked at a wall full of anal beads, whips, chains, and thought, "God, I've not even got the budget to be sexually interesting. Jesus Christ." Next time I see someone in lingerie, I'll be like, "What are you doing? We could have booked flights to Dublin." So I had my bondage string and I had my collar. And I don't know why at this point I was improvising. I just thought, you know what's going to complete this look? A mesh top. So I went to him like, "You got any mesh tops?" He went, "We don't have any here, but you might want to try our sister store down the road. They've got a bit more going on over there." I thought, Jesus Christ. If this is basics, who knows what's going on at Taste the Difference? So I went to the second sex shop, right? But now I'm a bit more confident, right? So I walk up to the guy like, "Excuse me, mate, have you got any mesh tops?" He was like, "No, have you tried Zara?" I was like, "Fuck you, man. I've got a collar and bondage string. I'm kinky. Don't send me to the high street." Shamed in a sex shop. So I didn't get my mesh top right. So I went back to my flat and had like a little pre-drinks with my enemy. And we decided as a team that the best look for me from what we had was going to be suit trousers, braces, no top. Looking back, looked quite clownish. I also had a Venetian mask that I didn't realise I had. That I found out that my mum had got me when I was 14 on a trip to Venice. I don't think that's what she bought it for. I don't think she was there going, "Well, you never know, Ali, you might want to be fucked by 4 strangers on a night." She's Scottish, by the way. So I was all right in my gear. We took a cab down to the sex party, got out. I was still nervous about not getting let in. But then when I got there, I sort of chilled out a bit because a lot of the other people were dressed like me. There was a lot of clowns, you know what I mean? They all got out of the same car. So I got into the queue, and now I was interested. I'm like, who goes to a sex party? I'm trying to like meet people, make some small talk and stuff like that. A load of people just pushed in front of us. Oh, that's so rude for a sex. You might want to get tossed off in here. Have some grace. But then I don't know. Maybe that's their thing. They're like dominant queuers. And there's submissive queuers there going, "Oh my God, this is the hottest thing I've ever seen in my life." They just had no respect for the queuing etiquette. What a British fetish that is. Oh my God, some queue jumpers. Someone pushed in front of me at the queue at home base. I had to wank myself off by some compost. Someone like, "Yeah, fucking yeah." But so I got into the sex party, right? And look, I'm not going to enter all the sordid detail. Point is, I had a great time. I enjoyed myself. I will say I was on quite a lot of MDMA. I don't do drugs often. I don't do this drug often. I've done it occasionally. And I'll say to anyone doing drugs, everything in moderation, right? And only take MDMA if you definitely want to have a good night. But the way way this drug works, if you've never taken it, is your serotonin goes way up and your libido goes way down. So I wasn't interested in having sex with anyone. I was just running around the party making friends. I was just like, this is my first sex party. I do videos on Instagram. You should check me out. What's your name? Where have you come from? How are you here? Oh my God. There are people whipping each other, being like, God, that guy's a bit full on, isn't he? Jesus. Guy wrapped in cling film called me a weirdo. It was a strange night. Didn't have sex at the sex party. I was there for 6 hours. Guys, that's been my time. Thank you so much for coming to this. Appreciate you all. Thank you.